Right. Whilst I wear this quite fine hat, I'm gonna have a bit of a offload, I suppose you'd call it, about yesterday's debacle. Because it was like, it wasn't a full-on wobbler, but it could very well have nearly been a wobbler. And they can take fucking ages to come back from for me. That's just been my experience of it. Like, this shit started happening after my meltdown. I spoke to the psychiatrist about it like a month or two after my meltdown. And I was originally supposed to go to like a counselling course, which they were going to use as a bit of an assessment. And then blah, 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 middle, and I didn't end up going. So it took quite a while. By the time I got referred to clinical psychology, then I had to wait for an appointment for an assessment. Then I had to wait, and then they offered me the course and I had to wait for it to start. All this shit started happening in all that meantime. So like all that 2.5 years, all this sketchy weird shit was just fucking happening to me, and it was like it's really often not surreal until afterwards, if you know what I mean. A lot of it sort of seems just real at the time. It's really hard to fucking describe, but like I keep saying, it's not something that everyone goes through, because it ain't. Because I was fucked up in all sorts of ways emotionally when I only had ADHD, and this is just far fucking worse. It's just been this distinct, it's like same shit, twice as bad, whatever, a lot badder. But normally when I get like that, or quite often when I get like that, if I try to like force it a little or try to brave face it, I can't really. I can't. As soon as I'm trying to brave face it, I just feel fake, and I just tell people, I'm just like, I've got to go home, I've got to run away. I can't do it. But I honestly think that, like, doing this, I reached out for what I knew, which this has become a lot of a coping strategy in a lot of ways for shit. So I reached out for that. And I also think it's just a lot of the time, just what people would say, don't fucking wallow in it. Yeah, actually, no, do wallow in it sometimes, if you know what you're doing. Because it's not wallowing in it. That's one of the things that has just been bred into society as one of its automatic responses for anyone who dares complain about themselves. Oh, don't wallow in it. But actually wallowing in it, it goes back to the sort of shit I was saying in whatever video it was, whenever that was, about processing your own pain. And part of that, just accepting that that fucking awful shit is just the way it fucking is, actually takes a lot of the power out of it. It's something I learned actually when I was thinking about, we've all been through it, that thing of like, do I dare trust someone again? And then you do trust someone again, and then it all goes wrong, and you're like, why the fuck did I even try? And da 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 da. And it just got me thinking, it's like, actually, it's not as much the fucking rejection. It's the fucking fact that you're going, why did I do it? And you're beating yourself up over it. You're attaching all that shit to it. You're not just taking it at face value for what it is. There's all that other fucking crap that comes with it that we add on. So it's like, so I just started to process feelings singularly and not accept them as all of me. Partly why there has been hints of me having a multiple personality disorder, because I already do have that beautiful fucking bitch within, my inner woman, and I have my inner child, and they're almost characters of me. But they exist as I exist. They don't, it's like, compartmentalized, but in a way I compartmentalized my feelings as personas. So there's the hurt Mikey or the angry Mikey or whatever, and it's angry because of that one particular thing, but it's just feeling it in its fullest and not denying it, because that's what I was doing in a lot of ways, was like taking hurts as in a personal way of, why am I such a hurt easily person, sensitive, that's the word I mean, a hurt easily person. But then I would just sort of think, well, just personify that one area, that one part of Mikey is upset because of da 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 da. And he's right. He's allowed to fucking exist. It's not all of me. It's not all of me. It was just that part of me. And it was then that I just started to really fucking accept things fully more. And just, we don't do that, do we? We seek pleasure, we avoid pain. So when we're in pain, we try to deny it. And society helps us. Society helps us chuck everything back in our fucking understairs cupboard called our subconscious dick of a mind and let it fucking fester and entrust our subconscious mind with it, which is a foolish thing of us to do. It really is. So all as I did a sort of similar thing. Yesterday it was like whatever the freak out was, I didn't really sort of personify that, but I just accepted it as a state of fucking mind. Because it's all I'm fucking left with sometimes. Because when you're feeling that shit about yourself, but you've got no actual reason to, and none of the actual feelings that are existing in you are attached to any thoughts that you're having or feelings that you feel about yourself or anything like that. The only sort of conscious one is the fact that, like I've said before, I hate the fact that I can freak out like that and I don't see it coming and all that. So there is an element of feeling a bit pathetic, which is a word that we would instantly shy away from and go, I don't want to call myself pathetic. That's a horrible thing to call myself. It's like, no, all right. Today I'm pathetic. I acted like a complete whatever. That was embarrassing, but even more so, I'm just fed up of these overwhelming emotions that reduce me to fuck all. Yeah, it happens and it's shit. Because I know it's the sort of thing that if anyone was trying to help me, they would effectively be telling me that it's not happening, which it kind of isn't, but it kind of is too. If that makes sense. Like, I can't imagine anyone sitting with me with what I went through yesterday and how I was feeling. What I did was I did my forced sleepy thing. I just sort of got fucked off about this shit happening and just did that. And I just sort of didn't really sleep, but there was a void of too much intensity, and there was a lot of just breathing and a bit of blubbering and shit. But again, I wasn't trying to fight it. I wasn't trying to sort of think, I'm not that much of a loser, I'm fucking this, I'm fucking that, and trying to be all straight. It's like, it wasn't a reflection of the entirety of me. I hope this story's starting to make sense now, because I think it was turning into some quite fucking weird babble. But I hope you get my point. It's like the bit of me yesterday that was this complete fucking loser that got fucking pulled apart and was a fucking gibbering, fucking high-pitched twat. It's not me. It's not me. I'm sick. I'm unwell in the head. I've got poorly head syndrome. Should call it that, really. It might be easy to deal with. But it was like I didn't personify it as the entirety of me. I didn't take it as this isn't a thing that reflects on all of me. It doesn't nullify any of my magicalness. Any of it. It's just a shit part of me. And it's okay to exist because, the other thing, I've been waiting to make this point. And it's quite a weird one, but my head sickness is actually the expression of my perfection. My pain is an expression of my perfection. I exist as this entity as I do, owing to the perfection of the way my brain operates. Any other human who was born as me, with the same external influences as me, would be exactly like me. And I would be exactly like you if I'd lived your life. Because we're all humans, and human minds are very predictable in what they will do. That's why we're easy to fucking manipulate. And in many ways, at lots of levels. So the pain that I think I hate is actually something that I need to learn to love, because it means everything's working properly. The fact that it's not working properly means that it was working properly. Because when it's working properly, and the shit happens that happened, it ends up not working properly. If it was still working properly, it wouldn't have been working properly. You know what I mean, though, don't you? So it's a way of kind of like, again, removing more of the power from it. My sickness is like it's been added on to me. I can't help that. but like I can't help that it's raining when it rains. I have to let the rain fall on me. And why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? I'm still lying now to myself, probably. No, I don't lie. I don't know what the fuck that sidetrack was. It was because of the raining on me. But the point is, it rains. You can't just wish it wouldn't rain. You have to let it fall on you. You have to wear a coat to protect yourself. So my coat to protect myself was to come and hide in here and make a video about it. Point being, I've had an awesome day, which I can still have when I'm feeling sick. That's not abnormal that I can have awesome days. But I haven't come home to that same sicky feeling that I had about Mikey. I don't hate him today. I don't feel sick about looking at him. I don't have all that shit that I can't understand and why am I thinking this way about myself. None of that's going on. So I think that's where the therapy was. Is just admit it, take it on the fucking chin and sit and fucking deal with it. Sometimes it fucking works. Not everyone knows this shit as well as you do. I mean, I agree. Don't just fucking wallow in things endlessly and pointlessly, but just have a purpose to your connection with your pain, and see it as an expression of your perfection. It's a human brain, so it malfunctioned correctly when it was given a maladaptive environment in which to malfunction. So it's perfect. That's why it's fucked.